The Sunday Roundtable is assembled. This week we welcome Democratic political analyst Marianne Marsh and State Rep Hannah Kane, Republican from the 11th Worcester District. Great to have you with us, guys.
So the MBTA report finally came out on the derailment last summer. The headline, "Safety is not the T's top priority." Are we shocked? Shocked. Shocked? And where does this all lead? We know the biggest losers are riders, but at the Baker administration, who gets blamed? Let's start with you, Hannah.
Well, I think the governor should get some credit for actually convening the panel. They came in, they did their job, and clearly safety has not been as prioritized as it should be. And I do think that it's a misnomer to think you can't prioritize safety and fiscal management and pushing out the capital projects that need to do.
Is she being kind, or is it worse than that, Marianne?
Well, apparently it has been a mutually exclusive exercise because all those things have happened, unfortunately. And I think Suzanne Bump made some terrific points in the last segment. But what are we going to wait for? Someone to get killed? I think that we're way past the point of accountability. It is time to drag Stephanie Pollack, who Rob Gray talked about last week, and Steve Poftik, who was our guest last week, in front of the Transportation Committee in the legislature for a very high-profile public accounting for all of this, and then have them back every month until all of this is fixed.
Let's also not forget all of these issues are old issues, right? They didn't start in 2015.
But here we are. Here we are.
And he has been in term for, the Baker administration has been in charge for 5 years.
It's a behemoth that's been there for a long time.
I want to play a tape and go ahead and roll a tape. And this is item 2. Congressman Richard Neal doesn't normally have big exposure in Capitol Hill, but there he is standing right behind the speaker. He heads one of the most powerful committees, the most powerful committee, Ways and Means. But this week we did see him standing next to the House Speaker, Nancy Pelosi, who dubbed him the maestro who put together the latest trade agreement between Canada, Mexico, and the U.S. And we learned he was instrumental in streamlining the articles of impeachment. His clout is clear, but Marianne, are his constituents getting the benefit of it?
On those 2 items, no question about it. I mean, Richie Neal's the one who brought Rich Trumka, the head of the AFL-CIO, to the table and made him cut a deal, the deal that Nancy Pelosi was able to say, we ate their lunch. Labor protections, environmental protections, lower drug prices, all of that. And on the 2 counts of impeachment, the 1st Congressional District, my people, absolutely want that. And he put, those are the slam dunk impeachment articles that anyone who ignores them and doesn't vote for them is worshiping at the altar of Donald Trump, not protecting our country.
Hannah.
Well, I think the question is, can he translate what he's doing in D.C. back to his district successfully? And I think, he's somebody that seems adverse to the retail politics. He doesn't like to do town halls. And so I think a lot of the activists that are very much looking for a change are going to hold him accountable for being able to come back to the district and explain exactly how it correlates with the district priorities.
Maybe he needs to hire Marianne. More New Hampshire polls this week, and they all agree Elizabeth Warren is losing steam to Joe Biden, Pete Buttigieg, and Bernie Sanders. Is she in trouble with less than 2 months left? And what should be her mission at the Thursday night debate in LA this week, Hannah?
Yeah, I think she should be concerned. She's seen about 50% of her support in New Hampshire slip in the last 3 months. And I think the reality is that folks in Iowa and New Hampshire, they take their role very seriously. And I think we're starting to see them coalesce around candidates who are authentic, moderate, or both. And in this case, that's leaving her out of the mix.
Marianne?
Well, the debates haven't moved anybody in this race at all. And it's been a wildly consistent race. We have the same 4 top tier candidates that we had last spring. Buttigieg dropped out for a while, and he's back. For Elizabeth Warren, the key is, how is she campaigning in New Hampshire, and what kind of organization does she have? And that's going to make the difference 58 days from now, whether she wins or loses New Hampshire. And I think they've got a great operation. She'll spend more time there. She's got to perform up there.
1 vote. That old saying that every vote counts got more credibility this week. The city councilor, Julie Mejia, won the recount against Alejandra Sankey by 1 vote. Sankey conceded instead of appealing. But, Marianne, is this enough to invigorate voter base? The turnout was only 16.5%.
No, but it does invigorate every candidate and every volunteer and every campaign worker to make one more call, one more, knock on one more door, do one more social media tweet, one more of everything. Because when you have that many votes, it was almost 68,000 votes between the 2 of them. 1 vote, that motivates you to say every little thing I do counts.
1 vote.
Yeah, well, I think the issue is that voters seem to not understand that these local elections, the closest election to them is the most consequential in their day-to-day life. And we need people to turn out in these. And so I think the candidates understand it, the people who support the candidates understand it. There's a disconnect with the voters.
We'll be right back.